I'm worried about is it feels so exciting to us because we know, like, we're like, yes, we're raising money, we're building this, we know that we're getting there with the website, the design's looking good. But I realise that people just out there have no idea what we're doing. It's like almost a year, and they're like, well, what's happening? Where's the solar? I just need a moment. I haven't actually had a cup of tea, which might be. So I'm just starting the week just going, shit. I mean, I know where. So I can't even talk.
I'll just pop the kettle on for you.
Ah.
I am terrified of door to door, and so's Hilary. That's why she's staying in her cave. Right, so we're off to deliver some power posters to anyone that we can find. Coming? I'm just wondering, like, over here I think Pippa lives, so I could try her. Maybe I should make an appointment to see Pippa. I'm just outside, loitering in a creepy manner. There's 111 houses on the street, 100 moments of sheer terror for me. Most of the people on the street I don't know, and most of the people probably want it to stay that way. You know, I feel a bit, all this knocking, and I'm not being very brave, am I?
Do it for the shot.
Huh?
Do it for the shot.
So you mean I should do it? Okay, let's go down. Let's start at the other end of the street because I know my friend Sharon is interested in this.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah. Can you talk quickly?
Yeah, go on then.
Just if you're up for it, you don't have to. But this is like a power station sign to show on the street what's coming. That we're turning every single house into a power station. Cheers. Bye. That's one. I'm hoping people will put this in their window because it shows what's coming. Cheers, Ian. Thanks. Woo! 2 down. Hello.
Trying to escape.
Hello. I just wanted to give you a power station sign for your window. I mean, if you're up for putting it there.
Yeah. I would like having it up in my
Yeah, I think
wall.
it's really positive in a way. But
I like
not
my
everyone...
house being called a power station.
Yeah, me too, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got 10-minute break, but it was 7 minutes ago. Quick, Christina's got... She's got a tiny break. Oh my God, I missed that. I have to hold my trousers up. Look, the signs are going up. Hi. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Can I come in?
Yes, please.
These are the power station things. So you can either have a big U or a small U. Which would you prefer for your window?
Well, let's go for big, huh?
So pleased to hear you saying that. We're going to raise the money to offer everyone free solar and offer free insulation, hopefully as well. That would be another step beyond here. It's a cool model for people because it's like, okay, I've got no strings attached, free solar energy type of thing. So now it's like a political campaign, like this is what the government should be doing, you know, and we're seeing ourselves as like putting a Green New Deal stimulus into the street. So we're planning to release greenbacks, a form of currency. Our banknotes are artworks. So anyone that becomes a green backer is buying an artwork.
The design of the note might change as we discover more about the processes. This isn't what it will look like, but it's all the basic elements. Very large denominations, text, a background that is kind of collagey and a grid design and a hologram.
So you're going to produce it, you're going to make it?
We're going to sell the currency and then we're going to use half to buy solar panels for the street, people on the street that want to participate, and half of the proceeds will go into the local organisations that we're working with. What's the catch? There must be a catch, right? But there isn't one. We're going to sell art, and then with the proceeds we'll buy all the solar panels. And and you must be wondering, like, well, why would we want to do that?
Yeah,
What's in it for us? We just like doing this kind of stuff. We like being kind of like thorn in the side of the political system.
I think it's a really interesting idea. I've not heard of anything like it before. I've been thinking for a while to have solar panels put on, and it just seems a really obvious thing to do for everyone who can fit solar panels to have them on their house.
I think the art thing is a really good idea because I'm hoping then that the people that can afford a little bit more will put a bit more in, and that might help people who can't really afford it to also get solar panels.
And right at the bottom of the street they are digging it up for gas. we could be digging the whole street up and putting ground source heat in, which would be a lot more sustainable. We could be putting that in alongside gas in order to kind of transition to another form of power, but we're actually just digging it up to put more gas in. And that's the council.
My name is Chi Chan, and I've been living on this street for 21 years.
Do come in. How long is it going to be?
5 minutes? Oh well, as short as possible if you're in the middle of cooking.
Just switch it off.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be
Just
as quick
talk.
as we possibly can.
Just talk.
Okay,
Just
so
talk.
right, so you know what we're doing, right? We're building this kind of
yeah.
power station on the
Yeah,
street.
Gina mentioned it.
Okay, so what I was going to do today was just bring you over this
Yep.
power station sign
Yep.
for your window, and
Yeah.
also an explanation of what it's all about.
Cool.
So that,
Runs over down. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, go on. I'm
Okay.
listening.
Our vision is to try and get this street to be the first
Yeah.
street in Britain to be totally solar.
Yeah.
And then once we've done that, we'll try and get insulation onto every single house. And we're arguing that this is what the government should be doing.
This for electric, obviously.
Yeah.
So how is it linked to?
Oh, it links
to the-
into your energy. You'll get
to-
an inverter in here, and so basically, whenever the solar panels are working, you won't be
circuit, yeah.
taking so much from the grid.
Yeah.
Whenever you
I see.
whenever they're not working, you can take from the grid. So it doesn't change your grid connection.
That sounds good.
And then you can sell your energy into the grid as well.
That sounds good.
But we got another two. We got Joyce and Matt. They liked the idea, but they had some basic questions about it, which of course they haven't had solar panels, so they don't know. So for instance, what happens if the technology fails and all our energy is cut off to the house? I mean, that's a major problem, isn't it? But that doesn't happen because the house still draws from the grid. But people don't know these kind of things, so they can ask anything.
I just want to know exactly how it's going to work, what the investment is, and when it's going to happen,
Yeah.
and the actual details of it.
Well, I said June.
So I said like 6 months.
Yeah. Summer.
It's quite a hard thing to figure out. We've been talking about it, but we've also been making huge amounts of research, speaking to experts up and down the country.
To be honest, that is a lot of where the value is, because it's such a complex industry. As one person trying to get solar onto your house, it's really difficult to know where to go to get an independent point of view. So that's one of the things that's attracted me to this project, because basically you've done a lot of that work.
Doing solar power as a street project could work really well because if everybody does it together, and it might even make it a little bit cheaper for some people, which also might help.
We've got about a 50% discount on the price
Right.
of solar panels by
Right.
buying them in mass. The sun itself can basically pay back the cost of buying all these panels in about 10 years.
Is it 10 years?
Yeah. So if the government were to unleash a stimulus to do this across Britain, it would make all of its money back in 10 years, and then everyone would be a lot more secure with their energy bills and be producing a lot less carbon into the world's atmosphere. And do you think that humanity will avert the climate crisis? Or will we succumb to it? Just a quick interview.
Well, you basically asked me if I'm an optimist or a pessimist, aren't you?
Well, I mean, overall,
I think I'm a
with regard to
I'm a
this particular
realist.
theme. Okay, so what does that mean then?
It's going to get worse before it gets better.
I used to be that putting on kettles, everything, having showers, empty, but now
Yeah.
I sit in there, make sure I'm really well clothed and with one heater on, because I'm spending £90 a week on electric.
Are
and I'm
you?
on my
Yeah.
own, and it's crazy. We're at a stage now that something has to be done, and not in 20, 30 years' time. It needs to be now.
It needs to be the number one priority because it affects everything.
Do you think the government's doing enough on solar?
Of course not.
No?
They're too busy having parties, mate.
Yeah. Are you worried about climate change?
Yeah, mate, of course we are. Everybody should be.
Given that the government isn't doing enough, what do you think we should do? How do we deal with it? What do you reckon?
We should do what you're doing, kind of direct action from the ground, kind of collective initiatives, sort of trying to drum it up as much as possible from the bottom up.
Do you think this can help save the world?
Well, I mean, if this is a model that is shown to work, why would other places not jump on it, right?
This is an example of how it could work. It might encourage more investment.
I can imagine that the government, which is the combination of all the people together, put in a big investment in something that pays off the climate in the long run. To me, that's what a Green Deal is. In this case, the climate, because it's a Green Deal.
It will certainly reduce everybody's electricity bill and also, of course, help the environment. It's altogether a good idea.
It's an amazing thing. It can bring us into doing something good.
Yeah,
for the
we're
planet.
all taking part in the
Yeah, no, I
plan.
feel good.
Yeah, exactly.
Take
Cheers,
care,
Angela.
thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. That's good, isn't it? Kind of getting there. beginning to get the whole thing explained to people on the street. And yeah, I think it would make a big difference to some people. I mean, like with you know, it is freezing at the moment, and with the cost of energy going up and up and up, like saving 40 or even 80% if you're also insulating on the bills is like a big deal for people, isn't it? So that was really interesting. Do you think we can get the drone up, or do you think it's a bit late?
You can try to get the drone up. Why not? Feel proud?
I feel, yeah, I don't, should I feel proud? Yeah, I feel like we've done something. Like every day you have to chip away a little bit more and the sculpture reveals itself. The sculpture, of course, being the street itself as a real life sculpture. There's a few more people that I would like to chat to and update, but I'm not sure which house they're in. But anyway, let's leave it now. Thank you so much for watching this edition of Power. If you've enjoyed it, please do give a thumbs up and also leave us a comment, because that really helps. Maybe you could comment on whether you've ever had to go door to door, and if so, leave your best and worst stories about what it was like, and also what you think, you know, when someone knocks on your door. Maybe you could talk about that, and you open it and it's someone unexpected offering you things which you are probably sure are actually, you know, things you really don't want, and how you've dealt with that. Okay, so that's the question. And then the other thing is just to say thank you so much for joining to Dylan, Pippa and Karis Evans, and also Charlie Willenbrock from our street, and Uta Kramen, whose name I got wrong when I called you out before, and John Seymour and John Sexton as well. So thank you guys for joining Power. If you're in a position to join our membership site, please do. It's at membership.power.film/enroll, ENROL. And you get to come to book clubs. There's a power hour where we chat with activists and other people doing interesting and useful things in the space of energy, and that's it for this week. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks with our next edition of Power. In the meantime, take lots of care. Cheers, thanks for watching. Bye.